And you can follow me on Facebook at Shelley Winter, SHELLEYWYNTER. I am normally heard Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you've never heard the show, please come back Monday night and check out my show, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I want to talk about a story really quickly here. So cancel culture has been around for a little while, and there's always been people who boycott businesses, and they're usually big, large conglomerates, right? There've been boycotts all the time for different reasons, right? And I'm one in an integrated society. I think boycotts are ridiculous, to be honest with you. I understand why you did it in the 60s when there was a segregated society, but when you're in an integrated society and African Americans and whites and Hispanics and Asians and everyone's working together to boycott a big business ends up hurting the very people that you're trying to help, right? So from that aspect, I don't necessarily agree with them. But this is a story about cancel culture that is so self-defeating and so suicidal and dare I say, so crippling to a community that I just don't understand why people do it. So the story is this. Rick Jackson's running for governor. He has security now because he's one of two candidates running for governor. So he's got security, like the state troopers. He has a security team because he's running for governor. And so he can't just leave his house, get in the car and drive and say, go to a restaurant. They've got to call ahead and say, hey, Mr. Jackson running for governor, he's coming by. We've got to kind of just check your place out, like that. That's what they have to do it. When I had Mr. Jackson on my show a couple weeks ago after the election, his security team came to the station. This is a radio station. We're locked down here. You got to go through past all kinds of stuff to get in here. They still came here and did a walkthrough before he got here. Okay, so you can imagine about a public restaurant where anybody can walk in, what's going to happen. So they did that. They called a restaurant owner, or the restaurant called Toast on Lenox. There's a location in Buckhead and one on 14th Street. Toast on Lenox. So they called ahead. Mr. Jackson's going to come. The owner, which is an African-American woman, it's important to the story. Normally it doesn't matter, but it's important to the story. An African-American woman owns the restaurant. So she says, oh, wow, he's running for governor. I'd like to meet him. That's all she said. So Mr. Jackson came with his team. They all ate. They had a good time. The food was delicious. She came over, introduced herself, and they sat down and just talked. She talked to the man. She asked him questions. It was just a conversation. She didn't endorse him. She didn't say, I'm going to vote for you. She didn't hang a sign outside. She didn't do anything. She just had a conversation with one of two people running for governor as a business owner. Mr. Jackson's team posted it on there with he and her standing there, and he said, hey, I'm working for all Georgians, especially small business owners like Toast on Lenox. Great food, had a wonderful conversation. That's all he posted. Now this is being shared everywhere. And the African-American community, particularly those who are supporting Keisha Lance Bottoms for governor, are going after this woman and calling for people not to support her business anymore. Let me say this as strongly in as stronger words as I possibly can without getting trouble and being walked out of here. This is the stupidest, craziest, most childish thing I've ever seen in my life. This woman has spent several years doing everything she can to start one location and then open up another location. She's probably put in 16, 18, 19 hours a day running this business. She hires people. That's the most important thing. She hires people. She has staff. Many of those staffers might be college students who are working their way through school. Some of them may be single mothers who have to put food in their babies' mouths. But none of these so-called social influencers care about that. You don't really care about that community of which you claim to care so much about if you're willing to boycott a business owner simply for having a conversation with one of two people who may be running the state of Georgia after November. It's self-defeating, it's crazy, and it's childish. And I've never seen anything like it before. Hispanics don't do it. Jewish people don't do it. Asians don't do it. No other group of people in this country are so small-minded that they would destroy someone's business for having a conversation with a politician. A politician. under the guise of his policies will destroy us. Really? You said that about every single Republican that's ever run for office, whether it's dog catcher or president. They're going to destroy us. Yet and still, here's a woman, African-American, in Georgia, where you say the Republicans are going to destroy us, meaning African-Americans. They run everything, and she's got 2 locations, one in Buckhead, one on 14th Street in Midtown, high-rent locations. But they're going to destroy us. Republican policies allow for that business to open in the first place because Georgia's such a great state to do business. But you're going to yell at her. You're going to slam her. You're going to post videos about it and tell people not to go. But then 6 months from now, you're going to lament the loss of the black business community. It's silly and self-defeating. It's just unbelievable to me that grown people would think like this when nobody else in the world does that. Let me tell you about business for those, because many of the people that are making these charges and causing this trouble for any African-American owned business that does business or does an event for a Republican candidate. First of all, and I know this for a fact because I talk to them all the time, Republicans reach out like me, Republicans like others, Dr. Anita Lane and Karen Walker and all, I can name a bunch of them. Republican operatives reach out to black-owned businesses and say, hey, we'd like to do an event. How much does it cost? Or we're having a fundraiser. Can you cater the event? What's the cost? I know for a fact most Democrat candidates reach out and say, can we get it for free? I'm telling you this because I've heard it from business owners' mouths themselves. So as a business, what do? Do you risk the wrath of this childish community yelling at you for doing business? You're a restaurant, you cater, someone asks you to cater food for their event. You've got to hide the fact that you're doing it when you're making money and that's all you're there to do is make money. It's silly. It's self-defeating. It's suicidal for a community that represents 13% of a population, probably 4% in the business community, to boycott any business for talking to a Republican. It's killing us. Yet in the same time, you will buy hair products from Asian businesses. You'll buy weaves from Asian businesses. You'll go support the nail salons where there are no African Americans doing your nails and your pedicures and your manicures, but I don't see them in your businesses and you don't say a word. So you spend your money someplace else, not asking them to spend it back with you, but when someone, a Republican, a Republican, oh my God, goes to support a business because he's hungry, you want to put that business out of business. It's self-defeating. It's suicidal. It's dag near genocide on an economic level, which is ridiculous to me for a community. Let's really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I'll go right back to that grocery and gas giveaway presented by Reliable Heating and Air. Caller number 20 wins a $150 gas gift card, a $150 grocery store gift card, and check this out, a free HVAC checkup courtesy of Reliable Heating and Air. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Caller number 20 right now. That's a pretty cool giveaway. That is a very cool giveaway. I can't win, can I?
I don't think you're eligible, no.
$300, $150 for gas. $150 for gas will take you 3 weeks, a good 3 weeks, at the prices they are now. They're about $40-something to fill up. And $150 for grocery store gift card, man. Be caller number 20, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I want to go back to what I was just talking about. I'll end it here. Just have a couple more minutes. It's very important that I finish this thought. And I hope you guys don't mind. This cancel culture. We've canceled comedians. We've canceled bakeries. We've canceled a lot of people for various different reasons. This is the silliest. I understand. I don't like the tactic, but I understand the LGBT community going to a baker saying, hey, would you bake a same-sex cake for my same-sex wedding? And a Christian baker says, no. I understand the LGBT community getting upset at that. Now, I don't like the tactic because they target these people. There's a difference. You didn't just walk in off the street. You targeted the man. But as a general rule of thumb, I can understand that. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. What I don't understand is the only group of people in this country that would boycott a business. Years ago, Donald Trump had a brunch in, I want to say, Michigan, where he went to a black-owned restaurant, and because he had the brunch at a black-owned restaurant, they ran him out of business. The guy eventually opened up another business, but they destroyed his business. It's silly. You can't complain about the lack of economic empowerment in the black community. You can't complain about the dollar not circulating in our community. You can't complain about utilizing and supporting black businesses if you're willing to destroy them overnight because they had a conversation with one of two people running to lead the entire state of Georgia, a state which the last governor and the governor before him, made it the best state to do business almost 9 or 10 years in a row. Why do you think so many people move here? Because they want to open up a business. And that's because the Republicans are running everything. It's silly. It's self-defeating. It's genocidal. It's suicidal for any group of people to destroy a business for having a conversation with a politician. It's crazy. And I hope it stops. This woman doesn't deserve it. No one does. But she especially doesn't deserve it. She's worked too hard. So if you're listening to me right now, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Please, she's located at Lenox Mall and on 14th Street. If you're ever looking to have brunch, go to Toast on Lenox. And when you get there, say, sorry for what you're going through. I'm here to buy food. Because the service is good, the prices are good, and the food is on delicious times 10. That's my shameless plug for Toast on Lenox. Stop it, African-American community. What you're doing is wrong, and you know it's wrong, and many of you weren't raised this way. And let me end with this because I have just a minute left. Keisha Lance Bottoms does not like it. You think you're helping her, but you're really hurting her. Because if you're willing to put an African-American-owned business out of business because you think she doesn't support Keisha, she doesn't support anybody. I have no idea who she supports. She just had a conversation with. But Keisha Lance Bottoms doesn't want that woman to lose her business. So don't do it in the name of support of Keisha Lance Bottoms. And if I'm the Bottoms campaign, I definitely am trying my best to reach out to the community and say, hey, stop going after this woman. And then I'd reach out to the woman and say, hey, I'd like to come by with my campaign team and have brunch and take a picture with me. That's how it should work. Because business is not red, business is not blue. Business is green for those who are serious about their business.